if entries is giving you headaches, every time you come into the market, you are not really sure exactly how you are going to get into the market, this video is for you. I am going to simplify the only price action you need to look at when you are looking for entries. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Let's do this. Alright, so here's the thing. Markets will only do three things. So markets will trend upwards, creating higher highs, like that. And then markets will create lower lows as price is going down. And then price will stay within a trading range. This is the only movement price does. And so, if you want to get in, you want to look for the consolidation. Don't get trapped in the consolidation, but get in as price is moving. Now, before you start saying, okay, price is moving up or down, it is good to know the overall trend of the market. So this is where everybody has their own ways of analyzing the markets. And it's okay, because that doesn't really matter. If you are right, then price will just go in your direction. If you're wrong, you get stopped out. It's not a big deal. So long as it's consistent in the way that you analyze the market, everything is going to be good. For me, I use what we call a failed breakout. So a failed breakout is a 3-day cycle where one day sets the high and the low. So preferably on Monday, I will let the price action just play out, gives me the high and the low. Then I wait for Tuesday to either break out of the high and close back inside, or break out of the low and close back inside. So there are many terms describing this particular phenomena. It can be called a liquidity sweep. It can be called a failed breakout, and can be called stop loss inducement, whatever you want to call it. Basically, price just sweeps the high or the low and then closes back inside of the range. So this tells me that the next day, if price breaks out of the high of the week and closes back inside of the range, there's a very high probability price will go down. And if it broke out below of the high and the low of the week, then we are looking for a possible uptrend. Now that I already know where the market is headed in advance, so this is now where your entry skills come into play. So remember what we talked about earlier. Price will always create either an uptrend or a downtrend. So if I want to sell, I want to see first of all an uptrend. And I want to see a pretty good uptrend to the upside, where if I look at my range, I see a pretty nice daily range where I can target, take profit. Now, once I see an uptrend, then the next step is I need to see consolidation. So this is where defining terms is very important. So if you look at price action, we see prices creating higher highs, blah, blah, blah. All right. All you do is just draw a line on the most recent low. That one has the best potential of becoming a level. And a level is when price retraces back to that low and gets rejected. So now what you have is a line which is horizontal with one touch, two touches. This is now what we call a level. Now, a level is very important because now you can see where you have your consolidation, because now price is consolidating above our level. And the thinking is, if price breaks out and closes below our level like that, there's a very high probability price will come back to this area here. So you want to get in as price is breaking out, put your stop loss So depending on whether it's a currency pair or an index or gold or whatever. So you can do 20 pips, 20 pips or 10 pips. So for this case, we would do maybe a 15 pip or a 20 pip, something like that. So let's look at some real life examples of trades that we've already taken. So if you look at USD CAD, this one was on the 6th of August. We were looking to sell. So we have this uptrend, and remember the movement we talked about, price action creates higher highs and higher lows. So we look for most recent levels. So we have this level here. Now, keep in mind that we want to see this level, this price action at very specific times of the day. So if it's in the London session, we want this price action between 3 and 5 a.m. And if it's in the New York session, we want it between 9 and 11 a.m. New York time. So this is now the 2 hours per session that we use to analyze the markets. So we have this level here. We have the high, we have the low of the day. You can see in the New York session, price just bounces below our level very well, giving us a nice head and shoulders pattern. Overall, the pattern is a head and shoulders pattern, and in our timing window at 9:30, price breaks below, and it gives us a nice 1 to 3. So you'll notice that with this strategy, I also have losers. I have like 7 losers out of say 15 trades. I do have the losers, and so the risk to reward ratio actually covers those losses. This is another example of a buy situation. So we see that we have our low, we have our high of the day, and so the range itself is bigger. That means we can take more risk to reward. And so we have this is also a nice, like a head and shoulders pattern. We have this left shoulder, we have the head, we have the right shoulder, price breaks out, and then target a 1 to 4. Target a 1 to 4. So in the original trade, I had targeted a 1 to 2. So this is me reviewing my trades and then adding improvements so that I stay in that state of improvement as I begin my new month. So all the trades that now I will take moving forward, I will push my trades to 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5. And yeah, just build that emotional strength of holding trades for longer. So basically, this is another scenario where we have the high, we have the low, we have this level where price bounced off of once, twice, then price broke out. Look at the nice risk to reward ratio. Even though it was a loser, these are the type of trades that I am looking to take. That way, if you have 3 or 4 winners, that is almost 12R. And if you have the rest, 5, 6 trades are losers. It can cover. It can cover very easily. So basically, that is a very simple entry criteria that anybody can use, because price action is price action. So if you got value from today's video, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.